We Got This Africa is an April Communications production, proudly brought to you by Fritol. Fritol, you deserve a life of goodness.
Girl, listen. We got this.
Has breaking out ever made you feel like breaking down? Skincare conditions like acne are extremely common, but and so are their mental health implications. Today on We Got This Africa, Alison, Otie, and Oheniwa get deep about their struggles with acne. My name is Ashorkor, and you're welcome to today's show.
We got this.
It's good to try something new every day. It's good to stay strong together. It's good when you get the rest you need because your family has got you. It's good to share nutritious meals cooked with Fritol, a vitamin A fortified oil. Whatever goodness means to you, Fritol stands with you. Fritol, you deserve a life of goodness. This advert is FDA approved.
We got this.
I should commend you, Otie, for your hashtag on Instagram, beautiful regardless, and how far it went. Like, how did you get to be on that billboard?
Being myself on social media, I guess, showing my acne, flaunting my acne, as I like to put it.
Flaunting your acne?
Yes.
I see. Now, acne is something that a lot of people would want to hide or fix. How are you flaunting it? Like, what drove you to be able to do this?
So when I put it this way, people say I'm being too spiritual about it, but this was a prompting from God.
Okay.
And it took me 1 year, a whole year, to actually come out with that because it was pressing in my spirit. Post it, talk about it. And I was like, who is going to want to hear this? Who is going to want to see this? But one day I just woke up and I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I don't care who resonates with it or not. I don't care the backlash. Once God has dropped this in my spirit, it means it's for someone. And that is what I went ahead to do.
Wow, that's very powerful. You also do some advocacy on social media.
Okay, so it's just basically my journey so far. During puberty, I didn't get acne as most women do. Let's just say I'm the 1%, the exception.
Okay.
So I got my acne this year after I turned 25.
Wait, all your life you never had acne?
No, not really, no.
How does it feel to be God's favorite?
Actually, so I didn't have acne at all.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, it just like, I just woke up one day and my face started hurting. I started getting tiny pimples on my cheeks, on my chin. It was really bad. Sensitive forehead, like everything hurt, even makeup application hurt, using a beauty blender hurt. And I had to see an esthetician, but I put it off because I thought maybe I was sick, maybe my period, you know. And then later on, I spoke to an esthetician on Instagram, and she asked me a few questions. Actually, the first question she asked me was my age. And I asked her what my age has got to do with me getting acne, and she said everything. So when I told her my age, and she was like, well, that is also a factor. And then she asked if I had been depressed lately, and I was depressed for about 1.5 years.
What had caused your depression?
School.
Oh.
Yeah. I couldn't graduate when I was supposed to. And then COVID happened, and then getting a job right after school was very difficult, especially because of the course I did. So yeah, that was basically it. So a lot of things. But then the main reason why I got the onslaught of acne was because of my age.
25?
Yeah. You can't get it after 25. People call it adult acne.
Adult acne?
Yeah.
Was it bad?
Very bad. A hyperpigmentation, cystic acne. Cystic acne is basically an acne on top of another acne, and then inflamed. So I was suffering from inflamed acne most of the time because that's why it hurts so much. So it was very sensitive. And because I was still a model at the time, I couldn't get on shows because of that, because your face needs to be clear as a model, just to walk on a runway.
Were you a face model?
No, I was mostly a runway model, but I tried being a face model. It didn't really work out because of that.
But to be a runway model, you have to have a clear face also.
Yes.
I see.
So being a model
it's not just about body.
No, being a model is skin, weight, features. You need to have strong features.
Isn't acne a strong feature?
Well, yes, it is, but then it's not what the masses want to see on a model's face as she walks down the runway.
So you couldn't model anymore?
Yeah, I couldn't. And I accepted it quickly.
Wow. So all of this happened in 1 year?
Yes, about a year, 1 year, 2 years.
You've had to change the course of your life?
Yes. I've actually had to change my job about 4 times. Yeah.
From what to what to what?
Because of COVID, I couldn't get a job, so I was a waitress for a while. And then, thankfully, I became a hostess for a restaurant, which is almost like a waitress, but then you just have to look pretty all the time. And that was difficult because I had to quit that job as well.
Because of acne?
Yes. Because you need to have makeup on your face every single day. And I couldn't because I was going through a lot. So makeup was aggravating the pimples. So I told my boss I can't be wearing makeup all the time. It was a problem. So I started wearing the makeup all right. It got worse. But thankfully, one day I decided not to wear makeup. And then I met a Lagos esthetician. She's actually based in Britain, but she had come for the holidays. And she actually stopped eating and called me over to her table, sat me down. Even though my boss was giving me eyes and everything, she said I should sit down. She needs to talk to me about my skin, what products I'm using. So she recommended a few products. I started using that, and I started seeing results within 2 weeks. And I was quite happy with it, so I kept speaking to her and all that. And let's just say, I started my skincare very well, and I've been very consistent with it, and now my face is better.
Well, your face looks really good. First of all, I cannot see any acne on your face. When you came in, I saw your acne, and I thought, okay, you have acne. When you came in, I thought, where's the acne? I don't see your acne. I don't. Your face, you have the best skin on this table.
Well, that's because I'm recovered. It took me about a year and 4 months to get here, and that was in February of this year. So it's been a journey from the very first day COVID hit Ghana, was when I decided, because we were sitting at home, I decided to pay attention to my skin and to put in the work to get my skin to a good place.
When did your acne start?
November 2019. I had just completed my national service. The stress of national service, I think, has also aggravated that face. But then I also turned 25.
What's the thing with 25?
I don't know.
As I said, it starts from 24. You may or you may not get it.
And that's for people who didn't. Did you have acne as a child?
No.
So for people who did not have acne,
most likely didn't have acne during puberty.
Okay, it's likely to start at 25.
The percentage is high.
Was it bad?
Extremely. I could not touch my face. So up to now, I still sleep on my back.
Yeah.
Because I cannot put my head on my neck.
Everybody can relate to that. If you are a skincare enthusiast, you sleep on your back. You don't even sleep on your side. It's like your body wakes you up.
But for me, I haven't been able to get used to it. I sleep on my side. It does hurt sometimes. I actually wake up.
It hurts to sleep.
It does. I mean, imagine my face inflamed. Even with I don't want to be insensitive, but even with the tiny ones people get, I mean, people say it hurts. And imagine me having all this cystic acne. My acne is very severe. And sometimes I just can't, I have to force myself to sleep backwards. But it doesn't work. Sometimes I just it's going to hurt, but I don't care. I just need to sleep. So then I sleep. So there are actually days I wake up with a bloody pillow. I literally wake up and there's blood on my pillow. There is a bit of pus on my pillow, but I mean, I need to sleep. And it's a struggle. And just to go off of what she said earlier, being a model and all that, I used to be a model as well. And I loved being on the runway. I did it for 2 years and I had to stop because of acne. Oh, really?
That's how I know you. Because I thought you looked quite familiar. I think, do you model in Ghana?
I did briefly for just 2 years.
I think I recognized you on some runway somewhere. Okay.
So I did it for 2 years, and I had to stop because of the acne. Everybody in the modeling industry was a problem. Makeup artists,
Especially
photographers,
makeup artists, yes.
I don't know what to call them. It's a casting managers or whatever. They were all problems. So a photographer would tell you that, oh, I love your skin. And people would actually comment me and say, oh, your skin is beautiful. They'll say, oh, I love your skin, but work on your face. And I'm like, what is work on your face? Then somebody will actually take a picture of you and it's pissed because you have to spend longer hours retouching.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, why do you have to? This is normal skin. This is us. Why do you have to make me look like what I'm not? But then again, it's the standards that society have set for beauty.
Exactly.
When I watch TV, I don't see people like me. When girls who have acne watch TV, they don't see people like me. Fortunately for them, they've had acne for about 2 years. I've had it for 12 good years. Since I entered secondary school till now. Even it started in JSS, I've had acne. Just that it has become severe. So it started with the small ones. And as I hit my, when I got to university, my course, I studied architecture in school, and it's a very tedious course.
So you're an architect?
Yes, please. And that's when it started to get very serious. Like the cystic, the nodular ones, like these big ones that you see, started to come up. And I mean, I've had to live this my whole life. Not my whole life, let's say half of my life, basically. And you are watching TV and you are going through so many emotions. I used to be very depressed. I was disturbed. I don't go out because when you go out there, somebody say use this, use that, use that, and I'm like, excuse me.
So annoying.
I have an encyclopedia of things I have used. What you are telling me, it's not like I've not heard it before. I must have tried it and it didn't work. So you don't even want to go out. Yet you watch TV, social media, there's nobody to relate to. Everybody, and my sisters didn't have acne like that. My mom used to have acne, but it was regular. But I didn't see anybody with acne as severe as mine, and that is how, God put it on my heart to just do this. That instead of worrying about this, instead of being all stressed about it, talk about it, because also talking about things also heal us. And then, and I knew that God put it on my heart for a purpose, to help people. And people with acne are very beautiful or handsome people. I'm not trying to make anybody necessarily feel good about themselves, but before I started talking about acne on my Instagram, I was trying to do a little research. Who is talking about it? How are they going about it? Just so I knew how to put mine across as well. And I just searched #acne, and I saw very beautiful and handsome people. And I could understand why they felt the way they felt, because it can be distracting. You wouldn't see how beautiful or how handsome you are because of the acne. But for me, I'm able to see beyond the acne. And having acne has actually helped me see beauty in a lot of things. Being an architect, we are taught to, have an eye for beauty and certain things, but acne made it more, should I say, intense to me. Because then when I see people, I'm able to see beyond whichever blemishes they have, whichever disabilities they have. And I always say this, having acne to me has been hard, but it has also been one of the best things that has happened to me.
How is that?
It has built me confidence-wise. It has built me mentally. I mean, there's nothing you can tell me to get me down. What have I not been through? I haven't been through all the things in this life, but in regards to what people say, because people say very awful things to you when you have acne.
Like what?
Somebody once told me that I should rub my panty on my face. Like, you don't know me from anywhere. You've seen me, and then I've actually had that. I heard that panty thing about 3 times, and the last one for me was.
What was it supposed?
The last one for me was a church mate. I sat behind him, and he was like, "Madam, me pacho, me ma bunfu," saying, "Oh, please don't be angry." He has also had it before, and he wants to share with me. At the end of the day, he'll take off his boxers and rub the underpart on his face, and it was working for him. So he's advising me when I take off my panty, the underpart, I should rub it on my face. It will help me. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny back then. It was
ridiculous.
Very, very like. Who tells?
I mean, I've also had people say things, mostly the male species, not the female.
You've also had same?
Yeah.
What do they say?
Okay, so I actually had a crush on someone, and he saw me in person, and when he saw me, there was this look in his eyes that, like, is this what you look like, really? So it means like everything I see on social media is filter. Yes, I was using filters because I was very embarrassed and my confidence was low, my self-esteem was low, and I was actually very happy during COVID because we were always wearing masks. So that helped me a lot. I was very happy with the mask. Like you will never catch me without my mask. I was very happy. But this guy actually said what he said to me, and
what did he say?
He was like, yeah, your skin is really unattractive. That's what he told me. He was like, but you have really nice skin all around. And I was like, yes, the skin on my body isn't the same skin on my face. You can have dry skin all over your body, which I do, but then my face is oily. It's combination. So it's oily and dry in some parts. So that's what he told me. And I was like, the crash just like, we say, tear for my eye though. Tear my eye. It was like, he just ripped the band-aid off, and I was just like, okay, so
That's
this is what
mean.
very mean. And I decided not to use makeup for a while because I wanted my skin to get better. And there's one part of skincare where you even feel worse when the acne is healing. It leaves you blemishes, and those blemishes are very difficult to get rid of. But then, thankfully, I mean, with the help of a few products and everything, and a consistent routine, you need to be diligent with your routine. If you are not diligent with it, it's not going to work. It's like you're doing next to nothing. Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you've been told?
Okay, not necessarily weird. So similar story to her. There was this guy I was talking to, so we're more or less like in a talking phase, and he says, "Oh, let me see your picture." And I sent one, like just my bare face, because he said at that time, and he was like, "What's wrong with your skin?" I'm like, "Oh, something I'm going through, this and this." Within 2 weeks, the thing had just fizzled out. Where he ran to or ran away to, I have no idea. He ghosted me, essentially. So
Wow.
But with that, the interesting thing with me was when my skin started to get better, a guy, I don't know if he was saying it to make me feel better by myself, he was like, none of my skin was clearing. I was happy it was clearing. And he went on to say, you know what, when you used to have acne to make you a little bit more attractive. I'm like, what is that supposed to mean?
What does that mean?
Something that I've been stressing about my whole life. It's going and you're telling me it used to make me a little more attractive.
Is it because he thought maybe it made you more humble, or
I have no idea why, but I was like,
confidence
Charlie,
of all the things.
acne is one of the things that we all have at some point in our life, but you never think that it can be that deep. If you've had acne before, if you have acne now and you're struggling with your acne, this episode is for you. You're watching We Got This Africa. We'll be right back.
We got this.
It's good to try something new every day. It's good to stay strong together. It's good when you get the rest you need because your family has got you. It's good to share nutritious meals cooked with Fritol, a vitamin A fortified oil. Whatever goodness means to you, Fritol stands with you. Fritol, you deserve a life of goodness. This advert is FDA approved.
We got this.
If you just joined us, you're watching our episode on acne. This is We Got This Africa, and I am learning so much today. I'm sure you've had acne at some point in your life, or you probably have acne now. You think, oh, it's just normal, it's not supposed to distract your daily life. But apparently, it does. Have you guys had anyone come up to you, maybe online, on social media, to bully you because of your acne?
For me, not really, no. Well, a few of my mates back in SHS, Every Girls that is, when I started documenting my journey, they all said the same thing. Oh, Alison, your skin was so great. What happened? They weren't saying it in an offending manner. They were just really surprised. Because back in school, people used to come to me, oh, Alison, this is wrong with my skin, this, that, and I used to give them remedies and all that. But funny enough, those remedies were very wrong remedies. I wasn't even supposed to be giving those remedies to them. Like the charcoal scrub, aloe vera directly on your face, honey
Aloe
directly on your
vera
face.
is bad?
Yeah, the green parts.
Yeah,
It's,
the inside.
It needs to be treated before you
I
use it.
see.
You're not supposed
Yeah.
to use it raw on your face like that. So you're actually causing harm to your skin.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
many
Use
things like the
toothpaste.
Toothpaste, I put toothpaste on my face. Ashaki said it's okay.
What?
It's not?
You have been misinformed.
Oh my God! When I get bad acne, sometimes like, it's just like in one location. When I was in secondary school, I always had acne on my nose and my forehead. So I could get like 3 on my nose and they're huge. In fact, in some films that I have acted, really films that have done really well, I have had acne in those films. And people, after they watched it, would be like, oh no, I watched you in this film. You had acne.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I did. But it's never been a real problem for me because it's not that bad. I get 1, max 5 days, it's gone. Unfortunately, I press it, and so it leaves the blemish, and that's what I deal with, the spots on my face.
When you press a pimple, that's just, you're causing trauma to the skin.
Yeah.
That's what brings out the blemish. But when you leave it
I'm
alone,
not proud of it.
when you leave it alone and you spot treat, so we have different remedies for that.
Is the toothpaste good?
Oh no, it's not.
But it goes away.
So the toothpaste works, and it works because naturally in toothpaste they put anti-inflammatory products in there. It's to protect your gums, it's to help your gums keep at a safe or in a good environment to be healthy, stuff like that, mouthwash, all those things. So when you put it on it, acne is an inflammatory response of your skin to trauma, to probably excessive bacteria on your face caused by it's a whole lot. I will not go into it, but exactly. So it will work. That one, it will work because of the anti-inflammatory stuff inside. So, but it's too harsh for your skin.
Would it affect me eventually?
It will.
Like,
There'll come a time.
like
There'll come a time.
Because I've been doing this all my life.
There might come a time. Well, if you stop now and you start using the correct ingredients. for your
What
skin.
are the correct ingredients to use for skin?
Okay, so for cystic acne and inflamed acne.
How many types of acne are there?
About 4.
4, yeah.
Yeah, about 4.
What are they?
Off the top of my head, cystic, inflamed acne.
There's something called nodular. There's
Yeah.
pustules, there's whiteheads,
Papules.
there's blackheads, all of that.
Comedones,
Yeah.
yes. Comedones are basically the whiteheads, right?
Yeah.
You know, the ones that look.
and open.
Yeah. And some are.
How about the ones that are holes?
Oh, that's they're actually open comedones. So it's growing inside, and then they end up turning into blackheads. Yeah.
Do you get only one kind, or you can have different kinds
You
of
can
acne?
have a
on your face?
combination.
You can have
I do
about
have a
5
combination.
on your face.
How many types do you have?
I do get 2.
2
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
So how do you treat? Because I assume each type would have a specific kind of treatment. So if you have more than one type on your face, how do you get your treatment in?
So for me, because of how severe mine is, it's a combination of treatments, like 4 or 5. So as I'm sitting here and I take drugs every day.
You take in drugs for your
Yeah.
Yes,
acne.
yes. So my
You too?
acne,
No, I don't.
my acne is as a cause of imbalanced hormones. So I take drugs to balance my hormones, and with the imbalanced hormones, any of our bodies are made up of hormones that help us function regularly. So any of them, be it the stress hormone or be it the androgens or whichever one, when it's at its highest level or higher than it should be, I do break out. So I'm constantly taking drugs to keep it at par.
Yeah.
You know, yes.
How does it affect your mood?
It does. So at first, I've taken so many drugs. So the drug I was taking, the side effects manifest differently in different people that take it. So for me, I was having pains in my joints, mostly my waist, my knees, and then my elbows. And then for other people, and also brain fog for me as
What's
well.
brain fog?
So there's forgetfulness. For me, mostly was forgetfulness. I think I've done something and I think I've done it, but then I haven't done it. Yes. And most of the acne drugs have these type of side effects, and it can be very brutal on you, physically, mentally, emotionally.
I've had people miscarry their babies.
Miscarriage.
Yes, yes.
Because you're treating acne.
Because
Yes.
of that particular drug.
So with acne, you know, you normally get a lot of acne when you're pregnant. But the best thing to use when you are pregnant is topical treatments. Topical treatment is basically what
On
you
your
put
skin.
on your skin, not.
Honestly, I
Alright.
never knew that you'd have to take oral medication to treat acne.
Oh yes, there are. Actually, no offense, but actually, I've seen worse. Her skin, it's not proper. When I saw her, I was like, oh, this is not that bad.
Oh, it's actually better
that's
now.
how I felt when I saw you.
Yeah.
It's actually better. It's actually way
It's
better
not that
now.
because I've had actually my cousin, my male cousins, two of my male cousins. I don't know whether it's with the male members of my family, but two of them had cystic acne, serious acne, like it was that bad.
Is it genetic?
I think for them it was genetic. But then now if you see their faces are clear. And they were just using basic products. They didn't actually take oral drugs, oral medication. They just used good brands, good beauty brands, and that was it. Yeah, it can be genetic.
Honestly, guys, I would never have thought that acne could be such a big deal.
It really is. And even for me, some of the cysts are so huge that they have to be injected.
Yeah.
Because if I play around it too much and then it gets infected, it's something else. And I'm glad she said mine is not that bad. It'd be very bad. Like I can get one cyst and my whole cheek is swollen.
And you can actually feel it in your jaw.
And if
in your temple.
I dare touch it and then it gets infected.
Don't you get tempted to bust them? Like they're so juicy.
Oh yeah, I
Like this
do.
one.
I
You get tempted
do.
to.
I do, but I know the repercussions of me doing it. At first, I didn't used to care. I used to actually do it myself. I'll pop it, and I realized that the more you do that, it gets bigger and
Trauma,
bigger.
yeah.
So that's why I was happy when I found an esthetician that worked for me. Like I said, the treatment is a combination of things. So orally, injections when I need them. I do procedures like chemical peels. I get facials occasionally.
Microdermabrasion.
How often are you supposed to have a facial?
It depends on your skin concern. So I, for instance, I've had a facial twice in the last month. And that was actually my first. Actually, didn't want to start facials. I wanted to have a very diligent personal skincare routine. Make it a habit. Make it part of me before I get the outward help.
Do you still have acne or it's not
Yes,
a problem
I do.
anymore?
No,
Do you
I do
still
have
have
acne,
acne or it's
yes.
not a problem anymore?
It's not a problem anymore.
So you are healed.
Not healed. They come, but
Is healed the right way?
Has no cure.
Acne has no cure.
Yeah, let's put
Acne
that
has
out
no
there.
cure.
Acne has
Acne
no
has
cure.
no cure.
No.
It has no
So
cure.
it can come back.
it can
Yes.
come back. But the thing about it is that now my skin is healthy, so at most in 2 days, it's gone.
Yeah.
My acne is
Do you
just
know
gone.
what makes it come?
Yes, we have a few factors. We have foods that contain a lot of glucose or high glycemic foods.
Like what?
So carbonated drinks, cake, bread,
Bread.
ice
Yes.
cream.
Especially the tea bread.
Yes.
Tea bread. Tea bread can give me pimples.
So
With or without butter?
Even with butter, it's extra.
I'm so happy you mentioned the carbonated. A few days ago, my boss actually gave us fizzy drinks, and I looked at the fizzy drink and I was like, wow, I don't remember the last time I drank this. I haven't had it in years. And I was so happy. I was proud of myself because after I decided not to take that, I saw an improvement in my skin overall. The texture, especially with the texture. And I don't eat meat. I don't eat red meat. Because red meat can also aggravate pimples and everything.
Domedo.
So I actually eat only white meat. That's chicken and pork.
I see. Oh wait, so domedo is good then.
Yeah.
Domedo is white.
Yes.
Huh,
Pig is
who would've
white.
thought?
Pork is white meat.
Okay, great. So, so like cow and goat,
Cow and goat, yeah.
those are
Too
bad
much
for
of
acne.
it. Too much of it. Yeah.
I see.
But then I personally have never really enjoyed meat.
You know what? I read a post on social media recently which said, stop complaining about your skincare routine and wash your pillowcase. Yes. Because probably that's the only problem. That was the only reason you have bad skin. When we come back, we'll talk about that. You're watching We Got This Africa. We'll be right back.
We got this. face.
It's good to try something new every day. It's good to stay strong together. It's good when you get the rest you need because your family has got you. It's good to share nutritious meals cooked with Frytol, a vitamin A fortified oil. Whatever goodness means to you, Frytol stands with you. Frytol, you deserve a life of goodness. This advert is FDA approved.
We got this.
When was the last time you washed your pillowcase? And what's the correlation between that and how your skin looks today? Today, I'm having conversations with 3 girls who know everything you need to know about taking good care of your skin. Now, ladies, this is something I've heard so many times. I actually started hearing this in secondary school because I had acne in secondary school. My school mother would constantly tell me to wash my pillowcase and that my acne will, and drink water, and that it will help. Is this true?
Oh yes, very true.
Very.
Very
Okay.
true. So
What are the personal hygiene things you need to do to help with your acne?
With your pillow. Okay, let's start with hydration. Hydration is key, especially with the skin types. If you have dry skin, you have oily skin. With oily skin, it's just an overcompensation for lack of oil, for lack of moisture in your skin. So if you're hydrating well, like the juices, if you've noticed, I've had about 2 bottles of juice ever since I got here. That's with a lot of water.
What kind of juice?
Any kind of juice, basically.
Okay, so hydration doesn't just mean water.
No, hydration doesn't just mean water. Drinking water, drinking juice, at least juices, natural juices, not the ones with a lot of glucose or a lot of sugar.
The ones that come with expiry dates printed.
Oh, you can actually make your own juice.
Make it at home.
Yes, blend it and just drink it. It's actually really good, and it helps you pee as well. So you expel a lot of the
Toxins.
Toxins, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you. Toxins and all that. And then with your pillowcase, at least after a week, wash your pillowcase, please.
You agree?
I agree,
Yeah.
because the thing about the skin or the body is that there's something on the skin called normal flora. So normal flora is bacteria that's on the body that helps the body to function. Good bacteria. So the skin is acidic. So naturally, when there's a break in that pH caused by either excessive exposure to the sun, not washing your face well or adequately, stuff like that, the normal flora there increases. And when it increases, it causes a problem. So because the body thinks it's foreign body. So then it reacts in that way. Anything that the body reacts to with an inflammatory response, it means that either there's an increase in the normal flora there or there's a decrease in the normal flora there.
Okay.
So to add to what she said, especially with the decrease, and you said washing your face adequately. So washing your face too many times in a day is also bad.
Yeah.
Because that also decreases the pH. Yes. So at least twice in a day is fine. I used to wash my face 3 times because of some of the topical treatments I was using. And sunscreen. Sometimes you need to reapply your sunscreen. And if I'm running errands in the hot sun and everything, sweating, it can run into my eyes. So when I get back to the office, I wash my face. And then I just a basic skincare.
When you say wash your face, what do you mean?
Wash your face with a cleanser.
Not soap.
No. Never soap. The soap that goes on your body should never touch your face.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. You can buy a soap that says, oh, face and body, but it is not for the face. You shouldn't.
Actually, there's some that say hair,
face
and body.
Especially the men. The men really like this kind of soaps. 3-in-1, which is very bad.
And can also serve as a shampoo.
Exactly. So that isn't good. So washing your pillowcase is
So
very,
wash your
very
face with a
important.
cleanser.
Yes.
How about the products that say facial soap?
That you see, there are some products.
You recommend a cleanser?
Yes. One thing about skincare is you need to read the ingredients.
Okay.
You have to read the ingredients. 3 things: read ingredients, read the expiry date, and then the skin type it is meant for. You need to know your skin type, and those are the products you should buy for your skin type. You cannot have combination skin and then use a skincare product that is mainly for dry skin. You may get away with it, but it's not advisable.
Is this something you can come to by yourself, or you need to see an esthetician?
You can come to it by yourself.
An esthetician.
No, you can come to it by yourself.
How can I
There are
know my
charts.
skin type?
I personally don't advise that. Sorry, ladies.
But then there are charts. There are charts available that there are certain regular symptoms, with regards to certain skin types. So when it happens like that, you are probably most likely in that skin category.
I've been asked so many times when I try to buy skincare products from various brands, and they say, "Oh, now what's your skin type?" And then I send them a picture and say, "This is it."
So the thing is, no one can know your skin type better than you.
How can I tell what my skin type is?
Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, how does your skin feel? Is it tight? Is it dry? Is it oily? Does it feel full? Does it feel uncomfortable? Does it itch? You know, all these things.
Can you guys answer these questions? Because of like, is it full?
Full in the sense that, as I said,
Like
before,
puffy?
Yes, puffy. In a good sense. Not
So
in a
when you
bad
wake up
way.
in the morning, stand in front of the mirror and look at your skin.
Yes, assess your skin.
Okay.
So I, for one, I assess my skin. I realize that's combination. I get oily on my nose, my forehead, my chin, and the high points of my cheeks. So I knew that, okay, I'm oily on those
You have
parts.
2 sets.
But then I'm dry. The bottom part of my cheeks are very dry. My temples aren't dry. They are quite moist, but not oily. And then under my eyes, I'm not dry, but they are not moisturized either, in between. So I knew that, okay, this is combination skin.
I have a bunch of questions for you guys. Is shea butter good for my face?
Shea butter is not bad.
Okay, she's drinking.
Shea butter is not bad.
Okay,
So
it depends on what.
Your skin type.
Yeah.
It can clog one skin type and it's great for another skin type.
So shea butter is not an overall yes answer for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so to answer that question, it can clog, yes, but that is if it stays on your skin for too long. So I work under a renowned esthetician in Ghana. I'd like not to mention her name just yet, but she massages with shea butter. So you have a massage sequence when you're doing a facial, but immediately after she's done with the shea butter, she cleans it off. She cleanses the skin. So shea butter is good to massage with, but it's not good to
What
moisturize.
about the oils, like coconut oil, vitamin E oil?
for massaging? You can actually use some of them to take away your makeup, to take off makeup.
Yes, I use coconut oil to remove my makeup.
That's fine. But then it needs to be done well.
So when I finish removing the makeup, I should remove the coconut oil from my face.
You should. So immediately after that, you need to use a cleanser. But then we do have pre-cleansing
How many
oils.
things? What are the steps in your skincare routine? What are the steps?
Mine is very simple. Cleanse, tone, moisturize. That's for evening. Daytime, cleanse, tone, and then moisturize, and then sunscreen. That's it.
Okay, so both of you have mentioned sunscreen. There's a common perception that sunscreen or sunblock is for light-skinned people or white people.
No, that's right for everybody.
Yeah.
Why do you need sunscreen?
Now, the sunscreen actually helps with the hyperpigmentation. So when you have the pigmentation after your acne has healed, and then you just go out in the sun like that, it makes it more darker. But then again, every skin needs that protection.
So everyone needs sunscreen.
Yeah,
Yes.
everyone.
I'm going to ask my
Acne
crew.
or no acne.
If you use sunscreen, clap.
Wow.
By the way, there are 15 people in this room. We got one clap from our makeup artist because she's also a skincare enthusiast. Shouts going out in looks. So I don't use sunscreen either, but I've been told so many times to use it when I'm going out in the sun. But I keep saying that going out in the sun, you don't plan to go out in the sun. I mean, you go out and then you might have to be in the sun.
Even when you're not in
So even when you're not in the sun,
even when you're indoors, you need
you still need a sunscreen.
Yes.
And your car, you still need sunscreen because
Yes.
Everywhere.
the sunlight
Lights,
can reflect
exactly.
right onto your skin.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So much.
And I want to add something to the pillowcase thing. It's not just about the pillowcase, it's about the pillow itself.
Yeah.
Some people can sleep on one pillow for a whole year and it's not washed, it's not changed.
Who washes their pillow? You wash the actual pillow?
Yeah.
If you wash your pillow club. So how do you dry it?
You cut it open.
So you, okay, right, but it's still the pillowcase. I mean, if it's the ones that you can open and remove the stuff out, I get. But the Ghana pillow we sell in traffic, the one they sell in traffic, the one you need to deflate for the pillow to become big,
You can put it in a washing machine.
and then it will wash it.
Yeah.
But do you need to change the pillow?
You
Yes,
have to.
you can.
How often do you
shouldn't
change your pillow?
You shouldn't use a pillow for over 6 months.
Yeah.
After 6 months, you have to buy a new pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah. this is not just like because of acne, but everybody has to change
Everybody.
their pillow.
Okay.
After 6 months.
I have to say goodbye, but let me just ask you a bunch of questions. How about for those? How about people who sleep in their couch?
Bad.
That's bad. That's very bad.
It's
'Cause-
bad to sleep
Yeah,
in.
because even the couch, the texture of the couch is not good for your skin.
So don't sleep in your couch.
No.
How about on the floor, on your carpet? I mean, sometimes you get home and you want to lie down on the
Bacteria.
carpet.
You know, we spoke about normal flora, other
Your pets
bacteria.
walking on the carpet.
You walk in from outside, there may be something on the ground.
You sneeze, the droplets
don't
land
lie
on the
down on the
carpet.
carpet.
No.
How about you at work and you just put your head on the table?
There's also bacteria on the table.
So don't do that.
No.
So basically, never sleep until you are on your pillow, which you changed less than 6 months ago.
Yes. And even when you are sleeping, don't put your hand on your
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your skin
transfer
needs
of
to breathe.
bacteria.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like this.
Like this.
Like this.
Yes.
And this is not because of acne.
No, it's just
General
yeah,
skincare.
it's just general skincare. The little things actually that's what is life changing for your skin.
That's all my time. Thank you guys for coming and for
Thank you for
sharing
having
and for
us.
teaching us. And does having acne has it affected you emotionally? I get the physical stress, but does it have emotional effects on you?
Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
How?
So for me, because I didn't have anybody that I could relate to who had it and all this, like I had to deal with it on my own. There were nights I used to cry, and like I said earlier, it physically hurt. It hurts to eat, it hurts to laugh, it hurts to sneeze. It had to do very basic things. So it's also one thing that has helped me to appreciate the very little things in life. Because there are times where I have an acne somewhere around here or there, and I need to open my mouth to eat, or even just to laugh, and I couldn't. And I mean, imagine you are watching TV, you're watching a movie, and you see something funny, and you want to laugh, but you can't just laugh. It's painful. It's like you can't do the everyday things that every normal human being should be able to do. Or you need extra effort to do the very basic things. And so it gets very frustrating, it gets very emotional. There were, back in the day, I used to cry myself to sleep because I have an inflamed cheek to the left, to the right. You don't know how you are sleeping. And even the one that used to get on me the most was sometimes when I was talking to people, and acne would pop maybe from laughing. I would laugh too much and the skin would stretch. And then I have pus running down my cheek. And you can see the person wants to signal you and say something, but they don't know how to say it. Some people are very great at saying it. And I'm grateful for my circle of friends who are very kind in how they communicate these things to me. And some people don't know how to communicate it to me as well. So like I have pus running down and then they're like, ew. Somebody told me ew once. And imagine you're talking to someone, the person says ew. And then you're like, what are they saying? And I remember that, oh, you have acne. And it gets very emotional. That's why at some point, I didn't want to step out of the house. Because I let it pop in the house. If anybody sees, it's my family. I wasn't bothered. But to go outside and to get that treatment, it was quite hurtful. So it really, like we would say, it really does a lot of numbers on your emotions. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. And thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks
you
for
so
having
much.
us as well.
And this has been our episode on acne on We Got This Africa today. I hope that you've learned something from our conversation. If you have acne, if you're struggling with it, I hope you've learned something and you know that, like the hashtag says, what's the hashtag? You're beautiful regardless. Don't forget that. My name is Ashorkor. Thank you for watching.
Inyami, Chichima, Inyami, Banofe, Inyami, Wakanyano, Kenya Fe,
We Got This Africa is an April Communications production, proudly brought to you by Fritol. Fritol, you deserve a life of goodness.